Good morning. Hello. Today is day one of what I hope to be and what I'm holding myself accountable towards, which is 30 straight days of vlogging and maybe longer if it goes well. I've been a bit MIA from YouTube, as I do. I've been dealing with some mental health stuff, some depression, just like dealing with life and the things that are going on in this world has been really tough for me. So I needed a break from all of that, from posting online until I could get myself together. But as of the last 2 weeks, life has been good. I've been in better spirits. I'm catching a wasp. This is my new cat, Mushu. She's the cutest girl ever. I got her when she was 8 weeks old. She's now about 11 weeks. And then her and Demi are getting along pretty well, and I'm super grateful for that. I've been loving my fall mornings in LA. The sun is so bright for fall. It's so gorgeous. I'm making my favorite tea blend right now, which is soba cha mixed with a few leaves of green tea. You guys may know this, but I don't drink coffee. I am a tea girl through and through, so this is always a really beautiful start to my day. The soba cha is really grounding, and the green tea is lifting and energizing without making me too chaotic. And speaking of chaos, this girl, Moosh, she just keeps jumping in all of the plants around the house. It's funny how getting a new kitten can kind of reset your life. Like, I didn't realize how much I need to be cleaning and having good routines until I got a second kitten. And I was stressed because I was like, wait, one cat was easy, but two might be really difficult. But anyway, isn't this so beautiful? I've just been waking up early and taking my slow time. I have a lot that I'm stressed about right now, so I'm prioritizing grounding in the morning, breathing, meditating, getting into my body before anything, and this light and this position in this seat really helps. Oh, and this is also an ADHD project I did a few months ago where I started curtains and just didn't finish them. I'm gonna get to them today though. It is Wednesday, October 29th. I have been, how do I say this? I have been MIA because I've just been going through it. After this summer, I was like, healthy decisions only. I'm going to no longer speak to this person that was in my life for a long time who I really loved and wanted a future with, but like, no, it's not possible. I like let that go. I got a job early September that was so incredible sounding and amazing, that involved me traveling to New York, Puerto Rico, Miami, and that business just completely failed, so I lost the job. They also just were completely unprofessional, ghosted, and fired everybody who works there, or people quit. So there goes that potential part-time job I was gonna have that was gonna sustain me to be able to focus on my creative endeavors such as YouTube and looking for new ways to, I don't know, express myself and to find joy. After that, I really assumed that like me following my intuition, me going towards health and what makes me happy and what's sustainable and what is good for me, I really felt like that would change my whole life. And honestly, it has changed my whole life. However, my life has never been more quiet. It's never been more just like stagnant, I guess. And it's led me into a really deep depression, along with like the heartbreak of breaking up with someone, the 40-year-old, breaking up with him and no longer talking to him after knowing him for so long. I just realized there's been so much in my life that I've clinged to because I'm afraid of what happens when I am just completely alone. I'm afraid of what happens when I really pursue my dreams, and I'm really afraid of what happens when I just try. And for the past 2 months, I've just been so scared of trying that I'm actually not doing anything at all. I'm not posting on YouTube, not really posting on Instagram, not really reaching out to people to look for more work. I've kind of just accepted my fate as like nothing is working out for me right now. I just need to just take a second and to stop and to chill. Earlier this month, I was so stressed out about it that I called my mom and I was like, I'm just gonna come to your place in November. I'm going to rent out my apartment and I'm just gonna go live with her, because I just have been feeling this feeling of like being freelance is so exhausting. I'm so tired of having to consistently wake up every single day and have to have so much planned for my life, so much power in my life. There's so much beauty, I think, into being your own boss and being able to have the freedom to just like make money however. And for the last 3 years of living in LA, I don't even know how this worked out, but everything has been fine. I've always had work and I've always had money, and I've somehow been able to live the life that I'm living, and I've somehow been able to afford living alone in a 1-bedroom apartment and have my beautiful life. But recently, the cup that was pouring my abundance, it just seems empty, and now I'm sitting here like, hello, like, can I have, like, hello? What happened? You know, like, I used to have everything good in my life that happened to me. It would just happen. Whether it was getting signed to a modeling agency, working for Nike, working for North Face, working for some of my favorite brands, meeting some of my favorite people and becoming friends with people that I've looked up to for a long time, or just like living a life in LA that just really felt warm and cozy and social and loving and kind. I've done that here, and it's crazy, you guys. This time last year, I lost so many friends, and it was because I turned into this person that started to actively communicate when I felt uncomfortable or when I felt like I wasn't being respected or cared for. And I didn't realize how many people I had in my life that were kind of just around me because they thought they could get good things from me. They thought they could just like be whoever they wanted to be, even if it was like not a nice person to me. I lost a lot of friends when I started to stand up for myself, and when I started to be more kind to myself and to realize it is more valuable to spend time alone with myself than it is to constantly try to communicate to people who do not care how I feel or who do not want to take the time or the maturity to understand how someone else can feel and how to be a better friend. That happened this time last year. And so for the whole year, I've really not had many friends. And I think I've just assumed that after a year of going towards care and love, that it would result in my life being abundant. I assumed that I would have so many friends by now. I assumed that I would have so much work stability by now. And emotionally, spiritually, I do feel like I have a lot to give. I feel like the past year living alone and just being single and trying to date and then realizing some things are just not good for me or unhealthy or toxic, and making messes and then cleaning them up and being like, okay, we're not doing that anymore. Like, I thought that would get me somewhere, but to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's gotten me anywhere. And so that's what's led to me feeling pretty depressed lately. However, over the last 2 weeks, I've been like, wait, God has a plan. I am not alone. God has a plan. I've started reading this book, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up, which I bought on Thrift Books last December. I bought it for myself as a Christmas present. I just like had a bunch of books saved on my Pinterest, and I just typed them into Thrift Books, and I bought like 20 books for $100. This book has been on my shelf for the entire year, and I only felt led to pick it up this month. It's 40 Days and 40 Nights Towards Spiritual Strength and Personal Growth. Also, I've started reading this book, Experiencing the Depths of Jesus Christ, which is an incredible book written by a mystic from, I think, 1700s France. She went to prison for writing this book. It is an incredible book as to how to connect with God mentally, emotionally, through meditation, through reading Bible verses, and just meditating over them. So that's been really beautiful. And then, for the first time in 5 years, I have picked up my Bible. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily reading the Bible as much as I am just sitting with myself and sitting with God and asking, like, what do I need today? And then I am reminded of certain verses that I used to know in the Bible, and I'm finding them, and then I'm just meditating over them a week at a time. I'm in Psalm 84 right now, and it says, "For the Lord God is our sun and our shield. He gives us grace and glory. God will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. For the last few months, I've been sitting around like, what am I doing that is wrong or right? Like, what do I do? What do I do? Am I doing the right thing or am I doing the wrong thing? And recently, I've just been like, maybe it's okay to not know. Maybe it's okay to just put your head down and just to do what you think you're supposed to do. And maybe that is considered right. Maybe if you go towards love and care and health, that is right, you know? And so finding this verse is really beautiful. Like, God will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. I've been thinking a lot about mental and mindset and the things that we think about. You know, living in LA, it's very easy to get into like the manifestation talk and just like, oh, the moon and the stars and the planets are spinning and this means that and this for your love life and it means this for your career and all of that. And like, though those things are cool and whatever, like they don't really do much for me, to be honest, because when I am depressed and when I don't feel like I have any purpose in life, I got no positive thoughts in here. So like for me, I have to force myself to read something that's positive, and I think that's what these books have been for me. I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm gonna go back to church anytime soon. I mean, I'm open to that, but for right now, I'm just so grateful to have wisdom and knowledge at my fingertips and just beautiful thoughts and ideas to chew on and to keep myself feeling good. God withholds no good thing from those who do what is right, which is like, okay, God, if I sit here and I push and I just put my head down and I just work and I work on my YouTube channel, on my art, on the things that make me happy and the things that I feel like I'm supposed to do, you won't withhold anything from me, right? Like, you'll make a way for me to live as an artist, as a freelance person in this city, right? Because right now modeling is not working, content is not working, brands are not paying me on time. I'm over it. I have spent the past 6 years now trying to have a YouTube channel that just like is different and beautiful and that gets successful overnight. And like, it's been 6 years. The overnight success has not come. And it is so sad and stressful because this has been the only part of my career that I've been like, I really want this to happen. And it just hasn't happened. I started YouTube before I started modeling, before I started Instagram, before I started a TikTok account. I started YouTube as my first ever social media platform where I wanted to express myself. And so it's been absolutely shocking to have success in all these other areas except for in my YouTube channel. It is my dream to be able to share with you guys every single day and to make money off of it. But it is very hard to do that when I also am sitting here having to focus on like, wait, like rent is due. I need to do this, I need to have this job, I need to go find this job, I need to do this work. Like, there was a time where having like 4 different jobs was okay, and I feel recently as though the grace for that has been lifted, and now it's like, okay, choose what you want to do and just do it. The only thing that makes this really scary, because honestly when I say that, it kind of excites me. I'm like, okay, that's exciting. Like, if that's really what's going on in my life right now, that's so exciting. What makes it scary is the fact that I have no money. I have no money, and I also have no interest in trying to find a new way to make money, you guys. And like, I have been sitting around just thinking to myself, like, this would be such a funny concept to like share on my YouTube channel, but it is also so personal. I know I live alone in Los Angeles. I live in a wonderful 1-bedroom. I live a beautiful life. I have beautiful clothes, and I just have friends and I have fun. But you guys, I don't spend money. I do not spend money on anything besides groceries and rent. And I am still broke. And I think a lot of people can relate to that because of what's going on in the United States with our government right now. It's a hot freaking mess. It's a hot freaking mess, right? And for a while, I was okay. I was like, okay, it's fine. Everything's gonna work out. It's okay. Everything's gonna work out. But this year, with the government doing what it's doing, I'm just like, wait, what? Like, everything's changing. Everything is moving. Everything that was working, I don't think is gonna work any longer. And that has led me to a place of just like freaking out, because I'm just like, I'm just a woman in the world who's just like 29, and I thought I would be like married by now, living with a partner, and here I am just alone in Los Angeles in my apartment, and I just like have these dreams that I've been going after, yet I don't feel like they've gotten me anywhere. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe they've gotten me a lot of places, but regardless, I'm freaking out. So that's where I've been the past month. The other Bible verse that I was reading that was really helpful to me last week. Let's find it. I'm deciding to pick like one verse a week and just chew on it, meditate on it, close my eyes, think about it. When I'm stressed, think about it. This one is Proverbs 3 verse 5. Trust in God completely and do not rely on your own opinions. With all your heart, rely on Him to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision that you make. Don't think for a moment that you know it all, for wisdom comes when you adore God with undivided devotion and avoid everything that's wrong. I mean, both of those verses are just so helpful. Like, I'm like, do not rely on your own opinions. Rely on God to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision you make. I'm like, okay, yeah, like I need that now. Like, I've been looking at the Bible in the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I remember why this used to be so helpful to my life. I opened up on TikTok recently about my experience with church trauma and religious trauma, and I'm really glad to have shared that because so many people commented having resonated. It's weird being in like a trying time in the world right now in the US where like so much is political and religious and just like, where is God? Who is Jesus white? No, he was a brown man, actually from Palestine. So that's crazy that Israel's literally ruining his birthplace and killing all the people who live there. It's weird that our government's supporting it. It's weird that brands are not working with anybody online who talks about it. It's weird that the freedom of speech in this country that we supposedly have is actually now being weaponized against us. And as an artist, I've felt like, whoa, like, well, what do I do about this? Because this is crazy. Like, I don't want to work any job where I have to keep my mouth shut about the state of the world. That is why I have so much passion about being freelance and being on social media, because that is what's going to help everything. We need to be talking about what's going on. We do not need to be putting our heads down and scrolling and doom scrolling and looking at AI images and looking at people dying and just looking and looking and looking. Like, we need to be outside of those things with ourselves, connected to what helps us to flourish, what helps us to feel joy and creative outside of those things. Otherwise, it's going to ruin our lives. And I feel like I've felt that firsthand. And yeah, that's why I haven't been posting. That's why I've not been on YouTube. But honestly, and this is gonna be a crazy thing to say because I know I've never been consistent on this app a day in my life. But you guys, I think I'm going to do daily videos like this because I have the time, I have the energy, I have a phone with a great camera now, and there's just no excuse to not be creating. I want to share with you guys the ways in which I'm getting through this weird time, this year that we're in. I think for a long time I've been like, what is the point of my YouTube channel? Like, I'm not really an influencer. I'm not gonna sit here and try to sell things to you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and do my makeup in front of you. But I will tell you what's going on in my mind and in my heart and in my spirit, because those are the things that get me through. As much as I love getting free beauty products and clothes and, I don't know, just having followers, like, that's not really what sustains me, you know? What sustains me is being myself, having a relationship to God, having a relationship to spirit, and being guided by that. And I want to start sharing with you guys that part of my life. Every video will probably be very different, and I'll probably be talking about everything from love life to work life to what's happening with my modeling career, to money, all of it, because I just feel like people, it's not even that people need to relate to someone anymore. I think people just need to realize, like, you're not alone. Like, if you're struggling with money right now, or you're struggling with your creative dreams right now, you're definitely not alone. I'm dealing with it. I think something that I'm grateful for social media for is that I'm realizing some people are starting to be open about how much they are struggling during this time. And that's really cool. And I think we need to come together and to recognize, like, okay, haha, the world feels like it's ending. Donald Trump is really crazy. But I'm gonna keep going because I have to live. I have no choice but to live, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and I'm not gonna be discouraged. I'm just gonna live my life. So, yeah. That's all I wanted to share. I'll share the more of the rest of my day today, but yeah, okay, I promise. 30 days straight, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna see how it goes. And by the way, I'm stressed out of my mind. I don't think I've ever been stressed more in my life. I'm just like, but I'm gonna do this because I've always wanted to do something like this, and we're gonna see what happens. One of my favorite things that's become a good part of my routine is this infrared sauna blanket. I try to spend like 15 to 30 minutes in it every other day. It's so nice to just sweat out toxins. Like, hello, that's crazy. I just like, I'm just sweating in my house. I've also been gua shawing. I think because I've been looking for a modeling agency for so many months, I've really been on top of my skincare and stuff. Look at this side, it's really puffy, and then this side is not so puffy, all from gua shawing and lymphatic drainage, which is so exciting to me. I'm getting dressed right now to go over to a friend's studio. She makes jewelry that is so pretty. She invited me to one of her classes that she holds, and I'm excited to make something. I'm also excited to just get out of my head and to get out of my house and be around new people. I think that will be really good for me. It's absolutely crazy, you guys. I've had this like project of trying to put up curtains. It's been 4 months, I think, since I last tried to put up curtains, and I've just been procrastinating. And like today I was just like, we're doing a vlog, the house needs to be clean, like just pick up the curtains. It's like crazy how easy life can be when you just kind of put some intention in there. Look at my friend's studio. It's so beautiful.
For necklaces,
We got the option to make 2 bracelets, or 2 anklets, or 1 necklace, 1 like waistband piece. I chose 1 anklet and 1 bracelet.
That was so literally so pretty.
And then I also ran into a friend that's also a model, and that was really nice to talk to her there. And then this is a beautiful German girl that was visiting from out of town. She made a waistband, and it's so cute. And after, she asked me if I wanted to hang out in the next few days, and I was like, well, what are you doing now? And me and a stranger, we just went together to the park, and I read and I did my thing, and I just had a beautiful day. So I'm looking forward to sharing more of my beautiful days with you guys, and also the not so beautiful. Thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.